Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 311, I'm pretty sure it is. And in today's episode, you will have noticed from like the title and the thumbnail and all of that stuff that we are going to be unlocking ourselves this Futties Pogba. Now, it's not going to be an easy feat because, you know, we've kind of got about 100 and something thousand coins and a little bit of SBC fodder, and that's kind of it. And he is like an 800,000 coin SBC, so it's a bit of a challenge for us to be able to complete this guy. So I know that I'd put the first couple of squads together and some of you may want to look away when you see this, because I am using some pretty high rated like reds and special cards and stuff. I only ever did the SBCs for these guys, or took these guys so that I could use them as SBC fodder. So they have no meaning or sentiment to me. There's only a few players in my club that I wouldn't submit into an SBC. Aubameyang and people like that you guys know. So yeah, David Villa, Vidal, a couple of high-rated Portuguese reds, Dani Alves, people like that. Even St. Just, who was in my starting lineup not so long ago, are getting submitted into an SBC here for a 100k pack. Now, I needed to make money from this, obviously, so that we could have coins to then do the rest of the SBC that I can't really afford. So I was pretty happy to see the walkout, but then not so happy to not see like a blue flare. But then I realized actually these guys have a higher card weight, so there could still be blues behind it. And it is 87 Rodrigo, so it's an 87 special, which is quite good. I'll take that. And do me a massive favor at the start of the episode, hit that thumbs up button on it. If we can get over 1,000 likes, that would be awesome. Hit that thumbs up button. I know you can smash it. Thank you for all of your support. So you will have seen there was a Batshuayi and another 87 rated team of the season in that pack. So not too bad, but not the best 100k pack. I've seen a lot of people getting a lot better stuff over on Twitter and stuff. You know, they've been posting some pretty crazy pics from their Pogba rewards. So now we're getting rid of Alessandrini, Dumfries, and Ndombele and Quagliarella amongst some other like rare gold players. So there were some high rated players to go again, and we don't even get like a walkout or boards from the rare mega pack. So that was a bit of a downer because, like I said, I need to make money from these packs to claw back the coins to then spend on the SBCs to actually be able to complete this Frenchman. So it wasn't a good one when I saw that we only got an 81 rated Raul Garcia. So I discarded a bunch of stuff. I then stuck all the players and the rest of the consumables in the club and sold some of the duplicates that were worth a little bit. And I knew that I could also complete the 87 rated squad. So I spent a little bit of money. Like I had everyone in the club here apart from the French goalkeeper who I've got in like left wing or something. Joan Jesus is already going. Rodrigo, Batshuayi, they're not going to get sold. They're just going to get used. And we bought that, is it Magnon or Maganon or something? I'm not 100% sure. But it gets us a 50k pack. From the 50k pack, we don't get a walkout. Sad, very sad times. But we do get a special card. We get a ones to watch item, which is going to be Fred from Manchester United. So even though he's a discard player, it is another 10,000 coins discard that we can just take. So that every little helps really in that sort of process. So we at least get another 10,000 coins right there from Fred. And in the rest of the pack, is there anything? I can't quite remember. Oh, there's an 84 in there, which is actually decent. Like Neto's worth a fair bit, so I could sell him on. And that's what I then went. I went to my club to go and buy to sell the players that I got in my club, which I had started to rack them up. Which means that I was starting to build my coin balance back up. So now it was time to work on the rest of the SBCs, and it really was a case of I was pretty much going to be paying for it. So going out and buying the certain squads, you know, buying high-rated players that didn't cost very much, like 92 Tagliafico, an 87 Ben Yedder, and then like obviously the gold players that go around them in each team, they cost a fair bit. Considering you can get like a 90-odd rated card for 20k, it's weird that an 84 rated card is still going to be like 7k in some circumstances. So it's a bit of a weird one, but like the rare golds are expensive, and the special cards are just coming way down in price. So it's kind of helpful. But if the gold cards were really cheap as well, all these SBCs would be so cheap on the game. So we were able to complete the Premier League. Now I went for that one over a couple of the others because it gave me another 50k pack. from this 50k pack. We do get a walkout, which is good, and it's an orange flare again, with this time a proper orange man of the match, and that is going to be Deulofeu again. We've seen him in the last episode when we packed him in, I think it was another 50k pack where we got him, but can there be anything else in the packet? No. I mean, there's a couple of 83s. They'll sell for a little bit, or they'll be useful along our journey here of SBCs. But I can discard Deulofeu straight away, knowing that he doesn't sell for that price. And we're back up to 129k, which means that I could afford another one of the SBCs and hope that we could get big from that. So, and there were still a lot of players in my club. I was just playing it by ear of how many players I'd need to list up, if I could discard any, like basically trying to sell the ones that were kind of worth something but not really worth something for me to use in SBCs. So like the sporting players from marquee matchups or 82 rateds that I wasn't going to use and things like that. So yeah. Basically, we move on to the next one, and I had enough, like I said, to be able to complete this one. I had 120k, and each of these SBCs were somewhere between like 100, 130,000. So I know that I could complete this one. I bought Koulibaly there for about 40, and then 88 rated Rebic for 20k is a pretty good price in my opinion. So those were like the special cards that I needed to buy. I just needed to fill up the rest of the squad with what was hopefully going to be some of the cheaper end gold items, and you can see them added to the squad right now. We got ourselves like Didavi and Goetze and players like that you can see. And some of them were first owner, but I did pretty much go out and spend a lot of money on each of the rest of these SBCs. Now, this was the one where I needed some pack luck because I was down to 24,000 coins with a couple SBCs still to go. So I needed to get something good from this one, and we do get a walkout, which is good to see. And it is going to be a blue Tots walkout, or like I thought, but it's actually a UCL, and it's going to be Origi. So I know that that's an 86 rated. I also know that is a higher card weight against. There could be a Tots player or something, or a high rated player behind Origi in this pack. So I skip into the pack, I see what we get, and luckily for me there is a 92 rated De Paul in there, which is very useful for us. That's going to help us with a bit of money, and even better than that, I skip to the end of the pack and there is, let's get to it, let's skip to it. What is there? There's a duplicate Robertson. This is the pack that we really needed. So a duplicate Andy Robbo. So we get a 94 Tots who sells for nearly 100k. De Paul, who I can use as a 92 in an SBC because he's at the lower end of the value. And also that Origi, which I can use in an SBC as well. So that was really what did it for us. That will enable Pogba to be completed. I was so lucky. I needed something from that jumbo premium gold players pack, which have never been kind to me before, but like you can see here, we get 97,500 for Robertson, allowing us to have enough coins to do the next expensive SBC. And again, we're going to need something after that, because going to need to make a few more coins up in order to, I think, because the final one, we're getting down in coins right now, we need to work that back up to around 80k. So you can see that we ended up using our De Paul in this one amongst some other players and stuff. So bought Tadic, bought Haller and things like that. And that was enough to enable us to complete the other 86 rated, of which another pack like we just had. Jumbo Premium Gold players, this time no walkout. I'm like, how can we go from getting 2 high rated Tots and another special card to getting no special cards and no walkouts? And they were the exact same pack. So very strange right there, but we'll take it. We'll take the Robbo pack and move on and just be glad that we got it. So 284s in here is actually decent. They're going to sell for a little bit. And after, again, clearing out my club, selling those 84s, I could get it up to enough where we could just about complete this SBC. So I bought Calabria. I bought myself a Fabregas, and I think we're going to buy ourselves a Borja Iglesias. Yeah, we're going to buy him as well as a 90 rated Tots for 27k. Not bad at all, that's actually quite good. And that's going to bring us on to this final one, which is the 85 rated squad. Bought the other players in the team as well, and you can see what I paid for them right here. And that basically brought us down to kind of nothing in terms of coin balance. But what it does do is actually complete Paul Pogba. At least I think it does. Was that the final one? Yes, it was. Futties winner, midfield dominator. So I actually did a poll on Twitter, and it was more like 60-40 in terms of you guys wanting me to get Hazard over Pogba. but I've heard a couple of things that Hazard's not so great. I know that he won't fit into my team, whereas Pogba will do, and from what I face when I come up against him, he is insane. So I really wanted to bring the Frenchman into our team, knowing how many forward players we've got in our squad. I didn't think it was necessarily a wise move to do Hazard. Don't get me wrong, if I get good rewards this week in like tomorrow's episode or whatever, and I can still do Hazard before he expires, I probably will go ahead and do it. Either that, or maybe we do like an icon SBC or something. But right now, the main one to get was Pogba, and I'm so glad that we were able to get him. And it really did come down to that Robertson in a pack. That was what helped us out so much. So we get a mega pack here for actually completing it. That was the final one for the final SBC. No walkout, but it is going to be boards. And this time we end up getting, I can't remember who this is. Brazilian, centre back. Oh, we get Felipe, yeah, who actually is someone we'd used quite a bit throughout this SBC process. I'd used him in 2 or 3 of my squads because he is one at the cheaper end for an 83 overall. So yeah, basically, like I can't believe we were actually able to do it. But a 95 rated Paul Pogba is going to come into the squad, and he's actually going to, again, it's going to force a change in our team. It's going to bring Goretzka out from directly starting, and Pogba is going to be a CDM for me. Now, that's a bit of an attacking CDM, but Vieira always does fantastic work as a like the proper anchor holding down the midfield. So I'm going to apply a shadow to Pogba to boost the pace in defending as much as I can do, and that makes him basically into like club 90. His stats are all in the 90s, which is obviously fantastic. He's massive. He's 6'3". He's got 5-star skills. He's one of those dominant players on the game, and I think this is a really good SBC to complete. And I'm happy that we were able to do it for the price and using the players that we were able to. So welcome to my new squad here. The 4-2-3-1 is exactly how it's going to start, but then those players in the top 4 there will adjust as we go into game. Havertz will come back into the middle. Eusebio out wide on the right. So basically, Eusebio and Havertz flip, and Ben Yedder and Ronaldinho flip, and that's how we will be playing our team. In the second half, maybe we can put Pogba at cam if we want to try him out at central cam for a little bit, and then that would mean that we could bring either Trent or Goretzka on. I mean, Goretzka as a sub now is going to be like mind-blowingly good, right? So yeah, we are at a pretty decent spot in terms of our squad. It's nice and high rated. Loads of very, very good players in there. Everyone apart from Ronaldinho is on full chemistry. And of course, we can just take that Ben Yedder out and put Richarlison in. And I'm pretty sure there was another one who we could put Aouar in there as well. Like that spot where Ben Yedder is actually quite useful if we want to use different players. We can either put another Frenchman there or another Premier League player there. And we have quite a lot of options in that particular area, don't we? So that's good. But yeah, look at Pogba's stats there. His defending is not going to be quite as good as Goretzka's, but I think just being who he is on the game and knowing how good he is, how long his legs are and stuff, I think he'll still do a great job. But again, we can test it out, and if we're not enjoying him, we still have Goretzka. We can of course use him instead, and then bring Pogba on as a substitute or something if we choose to do so. But guys, do me a massive favor, smash that thumbs up button. This whole episode was grinding our way towards unlocking Futties 95 rated Paul Pogba, which we now have on the road to glory, and it has made our team look even more spicy. And of course, it gets to start in a formation which we are actually going to play in game, so that's quite nice as well. Yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, hit that thumbs up button, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Insta, those links are down below. Most importantly, I hope you all have a lovely day out there, and I will catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.